Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do a giant book haul and show you guys all of the books that I've collected over the past little while. So as you can see, some of these shelves are missing some books, and that is because we've started packing up our bookshelves to get ready for our move at the end of the month. Marcus so graciously left his whole shelf here with the books still on it so that you have something nice to look at. I have started packing up my shelves because this is like my read shelf, so I was just packing all the books that I've already read into boxes because I know like they're going to be fine. They're all going to be going on the same shelf. And then if I show you guys over here, I still have these other shelves with the blog books that I have not packed up yet because I want them in a certain order so that I will kind of like, I'm just kind of keeping those books all together because they're more or less my TBR jar and I want them to stay organized. So yeah, but I'll let you guys look at Marcus's nice shelf for this video while I show you guys the books that I hauled. So without further ado, let's get to the book haul. The first book on this list is Artemis by Andy Weir. This book I just picked up because I really love Andy Weir. He's the writer of The Martian, and I saw this at the used bookstore for, as you can see, $9.95. So I was like, why not? It's hardcover, and I've been wanting to get this book for a while, so I just picked it up and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna read this eventually. Hopefully it is as good as The Martian. I've heard people say it's not as good as The Martian, but honestly, I really enjoyed that book by Andy Weir, and I feel like I'm going to like other books by Andy Weir, so this will be on my list eventually to get to. And because I've been on such a Brandon Sanderson kick, I mean, I've only read 2 of his books so far, but I saw this book at the used bookstore, and it was only $5.95, so I picked up The Arithmetist by Brandon Sanderson. I've also heard from my external reviewer, Chris, from my blog, that this book is really good. He recommended this. I mean, I will get to this book eventually, but there are other Sanderson books that I want to read before I get to this one. But I have it on my shelf now because it was a really cheap buy of only $5.95. So now I have it for when I do want to get to it. So the next collection of books was actually given to me from a fellow team member on my volleyball team. And this is the collection by Haruki Murakami. I haven't heard much about this author, but I have heard that the books are really weird, and I did see a video where Jesse the Reader talked about Kafka on the Shore, which is one of them. That's actually this top one right here. It's Kafka on the Shore. So I honestly, like, I have no idea what these books are about. I just know they're really weird, and it's a new kind of writing style, so I'm interested to like check at least one of them out and see how they flow and see if I like that kind of writing style. So I have this one. I have this one, which is kind of like a double. So it's Hear the Wind Sing, but then halfway through you flip it over and it's Pinball 1973, and I think that's really cool. I've only experienced like 1 or 2 other books like this before where it just kind of like splits down the middle and the reverse side is a whole nother book. And I think that's awesome. So that's really cool. I'm interested in that. And then I have this one, which is South of the Border, West of the Sun, Dance, 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 The Elephant Vanishes, and Underground. If you have read any of these books, let me know, and if you know which ones are better than others, also let me know so that I know which one to pick up and take my chances on with this new author. Also, thank you, Matt, for this bundle of free books. I'm always down to add more to my shelves, so thanks. So the next book I picked up was called Wolf Winter by Cecilia Ibach. I actually picked this up in our building laundry room. It was one of the books that were left there in the magical shelf where sometimes there's free stuff. I picked this one up because I saw a wolf on the cover and I was like, oh, there could be a werewolf in this and this could be perfect for my OWL's like magical readathon TBR. And then I got back to the apartment, read the synopsis, and it has nothing to do with werewolves. There are wolves in it, but no werewolves. So now I just have this book. But it has deckled edges, so I like that. That's pretty cool. I did read a bit of the synopsis, and what it says is it's basically about a family that moves to a northern village, and this northern village has really harsh winters where the wolves kind of attack during the winter and take out some of the villagers, and they have to be extra safe and cautious during the season. And so it's this family's journey to kind of like survive this first winter there and see how they do. They also live in like a very rural area of this village, so they have to learn to adapt to the wilderness and their surroundings and get through the harsh winter. It sounds kind of interesting. I don't know when I'll pick it up, but it's now on my shelf. So I have this. This is also sadly the last book I'll be picking up from the laundry room because we're moving. But I'll take the new house over the free books in the laundry room. So next up, I'll show you guys some giveaway wins that I got. The first one was a Goodreads giveaway win, which I entered a long time ago. And this book is called White Dancing Elephants by Chaya Bhuvaneswar. I feel like I just butchered that name. The back of this book says that it's 17 different stories about women of color, dealing with religion, dealing with queer, exploring feminist issues, and immigrant stories. And it sounds like it could be very interesting. I will probably actually end up using this in my next TBR because I know that some of the prompts might fall under those categories and I could use that. I'll have to see. It's undecided yet, but I have this book. It's not too long, and I'm always for collections of short stories, so I think that that could be a great use in the next TBR. Another book I won from a Goodreads giveaway is Beyond a Reasonable Stout, and this is a mystery book. That's all I know about it, but I think it's fantastic, and I would pick this up just based on the title because it's punny and it made me laugh. I also love beer, so if this is a mystery involving a brewery or something like that, then I'm totally down for this. Then I actually won a YouTubers giveaway where they were giving away a $10 gift card to Book Depository, and that was Mythical Megan's channel. So what I did with that one is I got A Fatal Grace by Louise Penny. This book seems really interesting, and it's set in Quebec, which is really cool. As a fellow Canadian, I think that's awesome, and I love reading about books set in my own country. What I got from the back of this book is that a bunch of people are at this boxing event, and one of the people that are at this event ends up getting violently electrocuted and they die, and now there's an inspector that is trying to look into the case and trying to figure out who killed this person and how it happened, because this person got electrocuted in a room full of a bunch of other people and nobody knows how this happened. So it's this inspector's job to figure out the case, but they're also battling with their own struggles and things that could be tied into the case. So it seems like it could be a really good, scary thriller set in Canada. I'm pumped. Yeah, so this is going to go on my shelf where I keep my other thrillers, and I will get to it when I can. I mean, I'm saying I'm going to get to these books a lot, but like, we're moving soon, so I don't know when I'm going to get to any of these books. I just know that I will eventually get to them. It's just going to take me time. Next up, I have this wonderful book called Finding Your Voice, and this is by Minette Morgan. She sent this to me in exchange for me showing you guys about the book. I haven't actually read this book. It's a book for survivors of abuse, and it's kind of like a step-by-step version of the author's account on how to not necessarily get over abuse, but to deal with it after you've encountered abuse and have gone through that in your life. The author herself has gone through abuse, and so she wrote this based on her own accounts, and she believes that this will help others surviving from abusive events, and she thinks that this book would be great for them. It says on the back here, part memoir, part blueprint for recovery, Finding Your Voice uses a mix of personal anecdotes, accumulated knowledge, expert techniques, and common sense to help readers navigate a healthier path in the aftermath of abuse. I'll probably end up reading this just to see the author's point of view on this and kind of like experience her struggles as the memoir part and see how she dealt with that, because I find that very interesting to know that she went through those traumatic experiences and she found a way to deal with those and move forward in her life and be happy still after all of the things that she went through. Next up, I have two books by Michael A. McClellan, and they are In the Shadow of the Hanging Tree and American Flowers. These books, I was actually on his book tour for these books. I haven't read them yet, but I did do spotlight posts for these as part of his book tours. I take part in a lot of book tours where I can share books with other people and just do little spotlights because I like to help the authors out every once in a while. And so this author actually sent me these two books so that I could show you guys them. So I will eventually get to reviewing these, but for now, I just wanted you guys to know that I have hauled them and they're going on my shelves. And then the last couple books that I got are, there's this trio of books, which is by Holly Black. So this is Tithe, Valiant, and Ironside. These are all like the small versions of the books. I got these each for $4.95 at the used bookstore that I got the other books at the beginning. And I bought these because I so far have loved the Crow Prince series. I've loved The Wicked King. I'm going to read Queen of Nothing soon, but I haven't gone to it yet. And because I liked those books so much and I really enjoyed Holly Black's writing style, I picked up these ones as well because these are also dealing with the world of Fae, and I just like I don't want to leave that world yet. I want to keep exploring it. And so that's why I picked up these books, because I'm looking forward to continuing along and learning more about that world. Plus they're all like under 300 pages, so they'll be really like quick and easy reads. And then the last book I picked up at the used bookstore, and that is Geektastic. It was only $5.95. And this book is just a collection of different stories written by like a whole bunch of authors. So as you can see, there's Holly Black, Cassandra Clare, Libba Bray, John Green, David Leviathan, Garth Nix, Scott Westerfield. Those are like the ones that I recognize. And then there are a bunch of other authors. They've all contributed short stories to this book, and I am just like loving it. The back of it says stories for your inner geek, and I am a geek, so I think this is going to be awesome. And I think that I can pick this up at any time, read a short story, leave a bookmark in it and put it down again, and just kind of come back to it whenever I want to have like a quick fun read. So yeah, I picked this up for super cheap and I'm looking forward to it. And that is my giant book haul that I have done. If you guys liked any of those books that you saw, let me know in the comments down below. Or if you have read any of those books, also let me know in the comments down below, because I would like to know if they're good or bad in your opinion, which ones I should start with first, which ones I should leave for later. That is like, I want your opinion, guys. Let me know. And our next video, there probably might be less books on the shelves because we're still in the process of packing. It's going to be like that for a little while until we get into our new place, and then you get to see our full shelves again. But yeah, that's just where we're at in life right now. You guys know the drill. I post videos every Monday and Thursday. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time, keep on reading.